Hello, everybody! Welcome back to Tetris Talks. I am
spiking
your
the entire time.
spicy host, Lee. And with me today, we have an old person who used to be on the channel. And also
21, motherfucker.
who used to live here. No, old meaning like previously here. Press button.
Fuck you.
Anyway, we're playing Tetris again, as we do here on Tetris Talks. And Ezric is an old friend of mine from high school.
Yeah, I've never played Tetris in my life.
It's not true at all. Homeboy thinks he can beat me.
Yeah, I am going to beat you, motherfucker.
Yeah, you might. I'm not gonna say that you won't, because I don't
Exactly. You don't even know my true form.
Anyway, Ezric's a long lost friend of mine from back in the Dizzy, and the reason why we stopped being friends is because he slept with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Not the one I have currently, thank God. And if he does, thankfully, I will murder him.
Oh, no, I'm not too much into sleeping with other people's girlfriends.
You say that.
Yeah.
You say that.
Yeah.
Having slept with my girlfriend.
Yeah, unaware.
No, you were aware. I'm pretty sure you were aware of it. Anyway,
I would like to say it's a misunderstanding.
Bygones are bygones. We're friends again, hopefully.
Oh, we'll see.
I'd like to be your friend again.
I would too.
You're a pretty chill dude.
But anyway, kick babies and punch children. So.
I mean, who doesn't? Come on.
Are babies children still?
I think they're exclusively that.
I'm gonna have to look that up later.
What is there to look up? What are you talking about?
Searches in Google. Are babies
children? Yeah. Yeah, I think they are.
No.
You fucking asshole. Anyway, so what do you want to talk about today, Ezric?
He's about to kick my fucking ass. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Well, I lost. Wow. For those of you who are not on the audio part of the podcast, I just fucking lost.
Yeah, very cool.
Why don't we talk about how we met?
How we met. I stared you down because I thought you were a different person.
Okay, that's how you remember how we met.
I don't remember any other form of meeting.
My first interaction with you was somebody saying, "Oh, do you know Ezric?" And I said, "No." And they said, "Oh, good." And I was like, "Huh?" And then this dude shows up and they're like, "This is Ezric. You're probably not going to like him." And I was like,
"Oh shit, who fucking said that?"
I don't want to say their name.
It's probably JoJo.
No, it wasn't JoJo.
Was it Jessica? Jesse's
I won't either confirm or deny that it was Jessica. Don't say their full name though, because
yeah.
We could say their first name though. That's fine.
Yeah, it's Jesse's girl.
Oh yeah, she did go out with a dude named Jesse, didn't she?
I have no idea.
I don't fucking know.
I'm not interested in her love life.
Jesus Christ, man, you're doing real fucking good.
I've played a lot of Tetris.
So have I, but like, goddamn it, son, is that all you do?
During the more depressing parts of the day, I'm just like, fuck it, let's beat the shit out of Tetris real quick. Also, I just fucked up hella bad.
Good.
You might actually win because of that fuck up.
Possible.
Very possible. Hold on.
I'll show you something possible.
I'll show you something positive.
But anyway, that was how I remember. And then this guy showed up, and he
very flamboyant.
He pointed. So the way our school was decorated was, this was high school, by the way. The way their school was decorated, there were like tiles all over the walls, like bathroom tiles. I don't know, maybe they thought it was classy or something, but
it wasn't
classy.
It was the garbagest school ever.
Really bad, but
even though it was the
he was like, "Hey you," and I was like, "What?" And he goes, "I want you to remember this tile right here."
Oh yeah!
And the funny part is, to this day, if you asked me, I could point it out. But he intimidated me so much, I was like, he needs to be my friend now. And so then we started talking, and the first day that I went up to him and talked to him voluntarily was a day that I was sitting on the bus. Pretty innocuous, normal bus ride to school. And as the bus is pulling up next to the school, he is staring me down, staring at me. And the way that the sun looked, his eyes were as black as like a demon's. And I was convinced that this man was a demon sent to kill me.
Especially since someone walks up to you and is like, "Hey, this guy, you're probably not going to like him. Also, he's here."
Bye. Yep. And he's like, "Remember this tile." And I was just like, who the fuck is this man? And then he's staring me down. I don't know who the fuck he is, and I'm just like, alright, I guess we're friends now.
I honestly thought you were a different person.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And I had bothered so many times before.
Anyway, that's... Yeah. Can you explain who that person was? Oh, no. Hold up.
No, you don't like that side?
I guess I'm on this side.
I fucked up on it.
It's okay. But, that was how... And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna be this guy's friend. Because I approached him, and I was like, what the fuck you staring me down for, mate? And he was just like, huh? Oh, I thought you were somebody else. Because I got off the bus, and he immediately, like, turned face to me, and was like, oh, shit.
I kind of ran away because I was like, social awkwardism now. I don't know what to do.
And I was just like, alright, cool. This has happened.
Death is going to consume you
and
soon.
then we hung out at some friend's birthday party who shall remain nameless because they did a terrible thing to Ezra here.
Yep. But
if you know who you are, fuck you. You're a terrible person. Holy fuck.
Fuck you. Also, I know your address.
Whoa. Do they still live there?
Yeah, pretty sure.
How?
They can't be that rich. That was a nice ass house.
That was a pretty good house.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a pretty good house.
If they are that rich, then I guess I'll never find them.
They have ransom insurance, let's be honest.
That's fair. Like a Liam Neeson movie, Taken, but they'd be like, we'll just give you $1,000, and I'll be like, that's fine.
1,000? Really? If I had a hostage, I'd ask for more.
You know what? Don't bite off more than you can chew, though.
No. I did ask at least enough to get out of the country. I'm not gonna, $1,000 is not enough to get out of the country.
You, sir, like the finer things in life, then, because I can get out of the country with $1,000.
No. I mean, like, bribe a pilot to not take you straight to the cops.
He doesn't know what the fuck's going on, though.
He will when you have to bring a gun on the plane and, like,
why would I?
Him.
Why the fuck would I? Wait, you're,
Listen, I already know the scenario that's going to take place, okay?
I feel like you're going for, like, all or nothing, and I'm just like, I'm going to casually get a flight to another country.
Casually, like, leave this residence.
Exactly, I'm just going to be like,
if you think the cops are just going to let you walk out of there, you're a fucking idiot. That's not how hostage negotiations work. Trust me, I was a detective on the force.
I have 13
years off! Oh, that's the unlucky side. I'm gonna
exactly. No, you're not. It actually fucked me up. Sitting to the right and looking to the left. I don't know, something about it. It's just awful.
Oh, now it's fucking me up.
Why? You're on the left side! You should have
fucking
the high
ground,
I'm
like... But anyway, that's how we met. And then Ezric used to live here with Zach before I did, way before I did.
Yeah, back in the day.
Actually, Ezric's how I met Zach, and I've told that story plenty of times on the channel, so I think you all know.
Was that with the Just Dance? Or...
that was after that. No, it was when you were like, oh, my roommate does a webcomic, and I was like, yeah, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh, this is garbage.
Yeah.
And then you put him on the phone, and we argued for like 10 minutes.
Yep. I thought it was a little harsh how you confronted him that it was garbage, but I was like,
well, and then I came over and he was like, fucking say this to my face, and I was like, alright, so I did.
Will.
Yeah. and then
it was like really bad.
Fair point. No, but he was like, okay, that's fair. And then we started hanging out and like we started doing like strip Just Dance.
It was a fun time.
And we got all naked and stuff.
And I beat the shit out of many of you except for Rob.
Rob would be like sitting fully clothed and we'd all be in our underwear just like, you fucking asshole.
I actually got full nude. That was not my strong suit.
No, I got nude too at one point.
Well, it's just, Rob is so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I guess Zach didn't remember those days because we were at the gym the other day and like I was changing and he was like, oh, you just showed me your dick. And I'm like,
you've seen it before.
You've seen my dick, dude. We're friends.
It's like 3 inches hard, but whatever.
But, buddy, it's like an inch hard, let's be honest.
Oh shit. Got that raise.
Nah. I am, but like I am a grower though, so like when I'm in the gym, I look like a fucking
even my final form.
Loser. Yeah. Well, I look like a loser, and everyone just like I actually caught an old man looking at my dick, and he was just like, "I'm sorry, buddy," and I was like, "Buddy, I'm not hard."
Also, like, who fucking cares?
Get out of my business.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
Do I need to fucking
Who gave you permission to talk to me? Do I need to call Petco? Did you just say, do I need to call Petco?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Do you not call Petco for your issues?
No! Not my old man issues!
You are calling the wrong people then, buddy.
I don't call people old men, I just tell the old men to fuck off!
Speaking of telling old men to fuck off, at my job, there's this girl that was having a creepy guy stare her down, and I constantly was like, no, what you do is just you look at him, you go, fuck off, and if it keeps on, then you report it.
Or you kill them.
I mean, I
just
also
made a
told her to
terrible
beat
mistake.
the shit out of him, but that, she didn't, of course.
Yeah.
But, he got to the point where he was running around on this fucking forklift, and I was like, no, you just do this. I looked him right in the eyes, and I was like, go fuck yourself! And she was right next to me, and she was just like, oh my god, you just did that. And I was like, I don't give a fuck if they fire me. I, kind of do, but, I don't. Life's too short, motherfucker.
I know what you mean. I've straight up, so I'm a truck driver in the summertime, if you didn't know.
Most hillbilly fucking thing sounding.
What hillbilly?
I don't know. When I think truck driver, I think of someone with, a trucker hat. Who, I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of what it's like. But,
exactly.
see. But what I did is, so I delivered luggage for a cruise company because I'm still in the tourism industry.
Ooh,
me and Ezra, actually, I got him a job in the industry.
Yeah.
Back in the day because he needed work.
I took Jameson's job, by the way.
Who is that again?
That
was what's her face's boyfriend or whatever? Yeah, she was a cunt.
I'd bang.
What?
I'd bang.
Did you?
No. Oh. She's very close.
I would hate fuck her.
She is related to God to a point where I don't think I'd ever get to fuck her, but like I would if given the chance.
I mean, I'd hate fuck her, but I don't think I would
lovingly do it.
I think I would grab her by the mouth and just be like, okay, let's go.
To each their own, man.
I mean, I
thought she was nice.
It's fun,
you know. She's a nicer person.
The only problem is when I first started there, she treated me like I was a child.
She does that with everyone, though.
I know. Which is very annoying. But I resent that because
I resent that entirely.
Well, because she treated me like I was not. Because I don't mind when people are like, "Oh, sweetie," you know, or like they're really nice to me.
No, she treated you like you like.
She treated me like I was retarded. Like, yeah, like she just straight up was just like, "Oh, you're stupid," and I was just like, "Huh, you're a cunt." Yeah. What a fucking weird coincidence.
Now we're at this crossroad. Go fuck yourself.
Pretty much.
Yeah. No, I get that entirely.
Yeah, so I resented her because I was like, oh, I'm not retarded, dude. Like,
not
you can treat me like I'm young because I'm used to that, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, beyond that, I'm an asshole.
I got all shitty pieces!
But anyway, I got him a job there. We were booking tours for...
just a company.
Cruise company. Very popular one here in Alaska. If you've ever come to Alaska, it's like the third most popular company.
It's whatever.
But anyway, yeah, it's a pretty fun place.
They suck.
It was a fun place to work, and like I got paid to sit around and do nothing and like work on my writing. So
I did a lot of downtime.
Yeah, I wasn't a whole lot to complain about. So
especially with Jameson's job, where all you do is just look at tours.
We shouldn't use his real name, but since we didn't use the name of the company, we're probably fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, homeboy, if you're listening and you know who we are, like we're not trying to oust you. Because we can get in trouble with that, Ezric.
Okay.
Yeah, Ezric's fucking up. He's not going to tell stories right now. So I started working at this company where I deliver luggage, and like I'll straight up tell guests like to go fuck themselves because
wait, you can?
Yeah, well I'll be because I'm not connected to the tour guides or anything or like to the company itself. I'm just the delivery guy. So like these guests will come up to me and be like, I need my bag, and I'll be like, okay, what does it look like? And they'll give me a description. I'll be like, okay, well when I get to it, I'll get it.
And they're like, no, I need it now.
Like, my camera's in there. My medicine's in there. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? If it's in the back of, or if it's in the front of the fucking truck, guess where I'm unloading from, motherfucker? The back. I'll find it when I find it. And like, straight up, this dude was like, oh, well, I'm going to call your supervisor and try to get you fired. And I was like, fucking do it. Like, here's his number. Well, no, I'm like, here's his number. He's going to back me up. You want to know why? Because he used to be a truck driver. He gets it.
He's like, he thinks you're an asshole, too.
Pretty much. Like, he's going to say the same thing I'm saying to you. And then he's like, okay, well, I need my bag. And I'm like, all right, I'll get it to you when I fucking can. And he's like, well, my tour is going to leave. And so I tell him, I'm like, well, sir, the bags will be delivered to your room if you're not here to pick them up.
Yeah, how about you just remember this moment instead of photography?
Right, and so I tell him, I'm like, so I'll get to your bag, but if you have to go on your tour, just go on your tour. It'll come to your room, and he's like, well, that's where my camera is. And I go, I'm sorry, you shouldn't have packed your camera there. Yeah. And he goes, where do you get off talking to me like this? And I said, go fuck yourself, dude. I'm not going to treat you like a child and baby you just because you left your camera somewhere stupid. And he's like, how dare you talk to me like this? And I'm like, what? And then he's like, give me your boss's number. I'm like, here it is. Have fun. And then he like walks away, and then a couple minutes later my boss calls me and he goes,
that was fun.
What's going on? And I'm like, this dude left his fucking camera in his bag and he wants me to grab it and it's probably in the front. And he just goes, oh, well, he can go fuck himself. I'm like, that's what I told him.
That is my exact words to this fellow.
And he's like, did you actually say that? I was like, yeah. And he goes, okay, don't let any of the other managers get wind of this, but you shouldn't be saying that to people.
Probably don't.
And I was like, all right, fair enough. But from then on, I would just tell people straight up, like, look, I don't care if you want to get me fired. Like, try.
And, like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I'm going to get fired.
Oh, no, I can't get another job. Also, like, my boss doesn't care if I swear to people because he swears to people. I remember one time this guest was pestering him while we were loading a truck. And she was like, excuse me, sir, I need to find it. And he's like, lady, I'm loading a truck right now. I can't talk right now. And she's like, but sir, and he's like, fuck you. Walk away. He like straight up looked at her and said, walk away.
Wait, was this downtown though?
This was downtown.
Yeah, it was probably a fucking homeless person.
No, it was like a tourist. And he was just like, walk away, lady. And she just was like, oh no. And like started crying or whatever. Just walked away from him.
Look, he's crying.
Pretty much. He was just like, I hate these people. And then I asked him, like, why do you work in the tourism industry? He's like, money.
I mean,
it pays the bill.
Exactly.
Like, fair
No
enough,
one some people enjoy it.
Some people enjoy it, but still hate the tourists. Like, if you work in the tourism industry and you don't hate people, you're lying. Yeah. I don't know a single person who works in tourism and likes people legitimately. So anyway, what are you doing now? Because you're not working there anymore, are you?
I throw boxes. I throw boxes for a warehouse.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The warehouse's name is...
Warehouse.
Bleep that out, future editor. I'm the future editor. Don't bleep that out. We don't edit on this podcast. We edit most of our videos. So yeah, Ezra, if you're not familiar with the channel, even though you used to be on it...
I don't remember being on it.
Long-time OG people on the channel, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch. Because Ezra was in, like,
honestly,
2
remind
episodes
me
of
what the fuck
something.
I was in.
I think it was in Wind Waker. I can't remember. Or maybe the old Dark Souls playthrough.
Maybe Dark Souls. I fucking love Dark Souls.
I can't play it.
Game.
Like, I like watching it, and I like, watching playthroughs of it and stuff, but I can't play it.
Why not?
I get fucking pissed at that game.
Dude, what you gotta do is you just gotta take a moment and be like, I fucking suck. And then you take it up the ass again from the game.
It's not. I suck at video games in general. I've made peace with the fact that I'll never be good at video games. But what I more mean is, like, it just angers me to a point where I can't play it.
What?
I enjoy it. It's a cool game.
It has a lot of lore. That's what I love a lot.
Oh yeah, it's a really well put together game. It's got a great fighting system, and it looks fun as fuck. But when I actually play it, I just can't. It just makes me angry, and I don't need that kind of stress in my life.
Dude,
you know?
it confuses me. What you mean by it just makes you angry?
My whole thing is video games are meant to be enjoyable, to me anyway. Like, I know some people play them to, like, be angry at them, but, like, I get annoyed with everything in my life. Like, my default emotion is anger.
I see.
You have to understand,
so
I'm a monkey
it's
person.
Such a challenging experience because it challenges your patterns and recognition and stuff like that.
No, it's not that.
Oh, well, then I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you.
Like, I have more chimp in me than everybody else, and I know that. But because of that, like, traffic annoys me, other humans annoy me.
Traffic.
No, I'm just saying.
I literally scream at the top of my voice during traffic.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure everybody does it from time to time, but what I mean is, like, it's a daily occurrence for me.
It's same here. I literally, like, I'm pretty sure people think I'm insane. Because I slam... Because how my car is set up, it doesn't have a horn directly on the center. It has buttons on the sides.
Oh.
So I just fucking slam my hands into it, and I'm like... like, full fucking scream. And I see people staring at me, and sometimes I forget the windows. Sometimes I do it on purpose. And people are just staring. I'm like, I stare them down. I'm like, what are you going to do about it?
Bitch.
Very similar to how I stared you down, actually. Maybe it's practice.
I don't know, but I just mean that, like, I have more, like, caveman in me than everybody else. I have to pick and choose what I get angry at.
You know what?
And I'd rather not get angry at something I enjoy, like video games.
Yeah, I can get that. That's
why I don't play it. It's a great game. I liked it when I did play it. I can't have that kind of stress, especially since video games are, like, from my perspective, supposed to de-stress you.
Yeah.
So I just don't.
That's how I feel about, like, League of Legends and stuff like that. Because I play a fair bit of League, but there are a lot of times where I just sit it down and I'm like, alright, I'm mad and I fucking hate this, so I'm not going to play this right now.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people. Sometimes I play League and sometimes it's enjoyable, and when it's not, I just fucking stop right there.
You're about to win.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm just going to let you have it.
Yeah. The couple rounds that you won, I get so racked up in doing, like, triple Tetrises, and then I realize that I'm, like, super close to the top, and I'm like, oh, well, I just fucking lost.
You're actually, like, the only person that, like, actually plays Tetris.
Really?
That I know. Yeah, well, everyone, because I've been playing Tetris on my Game Boy since I was, like, 9.
Mm.
But Zach has never played Tetris prior to me, showing me Tetris. Yeah.
Dude.
And, like, my girlfriend never played Tetris, and Chris has never played Tetris, and, like, all my other friends just have never... They, like, either never had a Game Boy, or they never had Tetris.
That's so weird to me.
Because, like, sad. Because
when I was
Tetris
a kid,
awesome.
Everyone fucking played Tetris.
Yeah. It's a fun
I guess
game.
because it's one of those cheap games that you can just pick up and start playing.
Well, that was the first game I had on my Game Boy, because my parents... I grew up poor, so, like, I got a Game Boy for my, like, I don't know, my 12th birthday or something, or, like, 11th birthday. Mm-hmm. And my parents couldn't afford to get me a game, so they went to the bargain bin at fucking... GameStop, and they were like, we need something that's like $1. And they said, we have all these Tetris copies that are for like 50 cents. So they bought 2, and they were like, well, if one of them conks out, you have another.
You know, what's really funny is, that's kind of similar to how I started playing Tetris.
Oh, god damn it, Ezra.
Yeah, triple
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Homeboy.
But, how my parents introduced me to Tetris is that she worked in a dental office as a janitor, and they had this like shitty little thing where you would
That's what my grandmother used to do, actually.
oh nice.
Yeah.
But it was this shitty little like handheld. Back in the day, they had these like really shitty video games.
Oh yeah, like the little like a
Like
little
the
Atari
$2
controller that you could plug into your TV.
No, even worse than that. It's like the McDonald's toy kind of thing.
Oh, I know what you're talking
But
about.
it was a bit bigger, and
Uh-huh.
it had Tetris on it, and I just played that while she would clean.
Mhm.
And I played it for fucking hours, dude. I mean, like, hours.
Oh, I believe you.
And I was like, I think I was like 7 when that, like, started, because she didn't have that job when I was a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got pretty good at it, and then eventually I actually got the game itself, and here we are today.
Nice.
So fuck you for trying to come back. No, you're gonna lose, man.
You say that. You say that.
I do say that. After getting the same
Hey, man,
color
don't-
piece twice in a row, that's annoying.
Don't call it till the fat lady sings, okay?
I mean,
That's all I'm saying.
she's gonna sing all right.
Oh,
Your fucking funeral.
I could do more than sing. That's your fucking funeral. God
I will
damn it,
pay
man.
her for the money. For the money?
You'll pay her for money?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, how does that work? You obviously don't have a grasp of economics here, do you?
that and language.
I know exactly.
Speech is hard. What?
Huh?
Her?
Bleh?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I fucked that piece
that's,
up.
That's right. That's right.
Don't
get
immediately
on my
recovered. Because, you know why?
This isn't Smash, motherfucker.
Hey, it's similar, actually. Think about it. There's a
Kinda.
recovery period.
There's-
At least in battle, like,
Yeah,
Tetris Battle.
I can see that.
I mean, that's every competitive game, though. Honestly, there's some sort of, like, recovery options.
Yeah, you're right.
I like how we swapped blocks at the same time and did the double sound.
Yeah.
The swapping sound is all.
So, for all the people listening, I'm sorry this is a boring podcast. We're both actually very competitive people.
Yeah.
My monkey brain is just going, ah!
Ooh, that was not a Tetris.
Baby, got what I need.
And that's the end of that.
Mm-hmm. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at singing. What about it?
That's okay.
Never.
We'll be okay.
Except for the people who are good at singing. They are good at singing.
They'll never
I'm gonna lose.
Yep. Yeah, you are. Make peace with your God. Because he is not merciful
What?
to you. Anyway.
You sent 25, I sent 30, and I still lost. Fuck.
Skill, boy.
I think you just got a lot better pieces there close to the end.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, a lot of Tetris is just luck.
I wouldn't say that, but a good portion
some of it. Some of it's luck.
I'd say a good portion.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
The Russians know what they're doing.
Oh,
They play
fuck,
Russian
that's
roulette.
right, it is. Speaking, so funny enough, I have a bit of a tidbit on Russian in general.
What? What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't. So, I don't even know how to start this fucking thing. So,
Start it.
I have a friend who knows German, and she really enjoys the fact that she knows German.
Uh-huh.
And I like to bother people. This is very...
Yeah,
this is very-
Ezra loves trolling people.
I wouldn't say troll.
I'd say trolling.
That's fair.
I think everyone else would say trolling.
That's double fair. So she knows
Double
German,
fair.
and there's that Du Hoff.
Oh, Du hast?
Yeah.
I don't
Which-
even know German. I know
Which
that
is a
song.
German song.
Yeah.
But what I do is I'm like, hey, I love this Russian song so fucking much. And I'll send her videos that aren't the actual music video, because then it's too obvious. The first
Uh-huh.
time it was.
Uh-huh.
And she got immediately mad. And she fucking hates it. It is so annoying to her.
She doesn't like the German song?
No, she loves the song.
Oh, she doesn't
hates
like
the
that you
fact
call it
I
Russian. Oh,
'cause
that's-
it's not at all.
She needs to chill out. That's fucking stupid.
No, it's because I do it like every day.
Oh, okay.
I do it every day practically, and she's like, Jesus Christ, Ezra. And then there's the song Ra Ra Rasputin.
Rasputin? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I love
and
that song. I listen to that almost every day in the shower.
Yeah, I sent that to her, and I was like, I fucking love this German song. And then I waited like a solid 2 hours, because I knew she would think that I fucked up. And then I sent that to her, and she's like, Jesus fucking Christ, Ezric. I hate you so much. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
But you love me, and then I just didn't talk to her for the rest of the day. Just gotta leave that there.
Do I know
to
this human
fester.
being?
It's a cat. Kitty
Ah.
cat. Give a dog a bone.
Ah.
This old man is
So-
talking.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
fun story.
Yeah.
I used to date her.
Oh, did you?
Or which cat?
Tall cat. The one that likes theater.
So not my ex.
No, I'm guessing not. Did I don't even know who you're talking about, honestly.
Kate.
Ah! Yeah, no, not that person.
Ah.
I didn't realize she was called that.
What?
Cat. I didn't realize she was called Cat.
Sometimes she goes by that.
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
if I didn't fuck
son.
that up.
Oh, son. That was evil.
Yeah, well, it would have been worse, but I fucked up with the R button.
You're good.
Yeah, I know I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah. I gotta give you credit. I gotta put credit where credit's due.
I'm not actually that good at this game. The professional people who play this game are...
I went into a tourney once.
You lost immediately, I'm guessing.
No, actually, I made it to about 5th place, yeah.
That's ridiculous, because
I'm pretty decent.
People who are, like, really, really good...
You have to realize I'm recording a podcast right now. Like, I'm not completely focused on winning.
You know what, that's fair, but same here as well.
Yeah.
Like, the time I told the story, lost pretty bad to you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when you talk and you start losing.
Yeah.
Which is Zach's strategy for winning, because he sucks at this game.
Does he just get quiet?
He's just like, hey, Lee, tell a story. And I'm like, God damn it, you fucking asshole. Now I gotta. Because this is kind of my show, so like...
Yeah, that's fair.
I try to make it sound fun.
Interesting, at the very least.
Yeah, speaking of, how
you doing?
What have you been up to, dude? I haven't seen you in years.
Oh, I've moved a lot.
Yeah? What went on with, like, your girlfriend? She was kind of a cunt. And you, like, left the friend group shortly after getting with her.
It wasn't shortly after... So, it was interesting. How it worked out was I moved out originally because I wanted my own apartment. Mm-hmm. And I knew her as a friend, like, a bit before that. And we hung out a bunch. And about 2 weeks after I moved, which were the best 2 weeks of sleep I've ever gotten. Oh my god. Sleeping in a house by yourself for 2 weeks is amazing.
I can't stand that.
I
grew up in a big family, so, like, I need people around me.
Ah, that's fair. I grew up as a single child.
Like, I like being by myself, and I like having my alone time and stuff, but I need at least some human energy around me.
I can kind of get that, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm good.
Like, I'll admit, when I am by myself, I fucking love it.
It's because it's in the short spurts, though.
No, I mean, like whenever I share a bed with my girlfriend, I'm always like, I get up in the night and I like walk around a little bit because I can't sleep that well.
That's fair.
But when I have the bed to myself, I just sleep. And if my girlfriend's listening, I don't not like spending the night with you. It's just sometimes it's kind of annoying. But whatever.
It's just one of those things.
Something I'm getting used to.
Yeah. But anyway, so she messages me that her mom kicked her out of the house.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, like literally it's like, pack your shit, get the fuck out.
Whoa.
And so I was like, well...
Did she have a reason? Or was it just
a very little reason. I won't go into the details of it.
Oh, okay.
But it was... her mom got pissed drunk.
That was the reason?
And when she makes a decision, the decision is final. That's just the personality of the mother.
Fair enough, I guess.
No, not really, but whatever.
I'm also not serious.
Yeah, that's fair. But, so, hearing that, and I'm the kind of guy that I want everyone to be alright. Like, I hate it when people are left in pretty shitty situations.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I was like, just live with me and we'll figure it out. And then we started dating because I...
like to fuck.
Yep. I have quite the libido. It's gotten me in a fair bit of trouble.
I mean, yeah, we weren't friends because of it for a while.
Yeah, that's funny.
So the story is,
realize that was
my girlfriend.
Yeah, without even realizing. That's the fucked part.
Because she told him that we were dating.
Exactly.
Which wasn't true. But so that's why I don't blame him too much. But at the time, I was like, oh well, I'm not going to talk to him. Yeah, because he didn't even check with me.
Yeah, I would have checked with you.
Which, by the way, you would have because you didn't.
Well,
I just got to say,
no. You didn't
check with me.
I didn't mean exactly. So what I meant was like, I'm digging myself a grave. Honestly, I'm going to just be quiet on that.
I don't think there's a way to recover from that.
I at the time thought you guys weren't dating. So I was like, cool. And then it happened.
Yeah.
Oh well. Bygones be bygones?
Yeah. Next time, though, a girlfriend of anyone says, hey, we're not together anymore, check with the dude.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
That was shitty.
Yeah.
I gotta admit.
Dude, I feel terrible, honestly. I know I'm not very good at
I'm with somebody
things.
way better now.
Yeah.
And I'm way over that ex, so...
yeah.
Whatever. I'm just happy we're friends again, because I've missed you, buddy.
Aww. Not many people say that.
No, I actually, understand you to a good degree.
Yeah.
Most people see you and, see you interact, and they're like, "Oh fuck, oh this guy's fucking nuts," and then other people are like, "I like this guy because he's fucking nuts."
Yeah.
But I look at him and I'm like,
He acts fucking nuts.
he acts nuts. He's not actually nuts. Whatever.
He's severely depressed.
It's okay. I understand.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat sometimes.
There's just a lot of the personalities in a shell sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like onions, you know?
Yeah. You know, like that anime. What's that anime? Shrek.
It's Shrunk, actually.
I love that. Have you seen the fucking live action remake?
Oh, shut the fuck up. I was forced to watch that half asleep with this one chick I was hanging out with.
Oh man, it's
Jesus Christ.
so good.
Watching gay donkey run around and being like, oh my god, is really, really disorienting.
That's only for like one part though.
We were watching clips, honestly.
Oh dude. No, have you not seen the full movie?
I'm not going to watch a full movie.
Oh, it's so good.
There's nothing on this planet that will allow me. Not even allow me.
I'll get you high and
that
we'll
will-
see what happens.
You can fucking try.
Oh, and by the way, we're both over 21. Just in case
I'm
there's a bunch of
3?
cunts listening.
I don't know about you, but I'm 3.
You're 3?
I'm 3.
Fuck, why am I hanging out with a
3,
3-year-old?
4,
A
5.
3-year-old fucked my girlfriend? I need to get better life. God damn. I also need to find somebody who won't fuck a 3-year-old. God damn it.
Well, hopefully
Craig,
you found
if you're
that.
listening,
Please don't.
Email me and let me know if you're going to fuck a 3-year-old, because if you are, we have to break up.
Yeah.
As a joke, she's going to text me later and be like, well, actually.
They're quite interesting people.
Hate to
They
tell
have
you
a lot of
this.
opinions.
Oh, yeah, they're very cultured.
Whew. I need that drink of water after this fucking
Go for it, man.
beating
Go
the
for
shit
it.
of you. No, I can't take my hands off the controller. 'Cause
Well,
then
no,
you're
I'm
done.
saying when we stop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for
Let's
those of
stop
you
when you
listening,
die.
for those of you listening, we're playing Tetris while we do this.
Yeah.
And for those of you watching, well, you already know. I'm not going to belittle your intelligence.
Someone
but-
might try to watch and they might be blind, so you never know.
Shit, you're right.
But I guess that would be listening.
How the fuck would you find this if you were blind?
You
You have to go to YouTube. YouTube is like the antithesis of what you can do on the internet. when
I
you're
believe
blind.
that there is... I understand.
Well, some people are like different degrees of blind. 'Cause you remember Kelsey, right?
I also remember... Oh, wait, I probably shouldn't say names, but...
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Your ex, one of your exes.
Yeah, I remember them. But they there's also a thing where it'll transfer what's on the screen into Braille.
How?
I don't know.
No,
exactly.
like, how? Because the screen doesn't stand up.
What are you talking
How
I
the
mean-
fuck would it turn into Braille?
about?
Braille's bumps.
I mean, any words. I'm saying that they could find their way to the video and then listen. That's what I'm trying
Well, no, but how are they going to look at Braille on a screen? Screens don't change
No,
their
there's
shape.
a device that you plug in through USB.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're like,
That doesn't make
Are you
any
high?
sense. What the fuck? I mean, I know it's legal, dude, but god damn it. Tell me if you're going to smoke.
please.
Listen, I can't be on a different wavelength than you. We're going to have a bad time.
Dude, I'm on every wavelength, honestly.
Shut the fuck up, you edgy motherfucker.
Anyways,
tired of hearing the, I'm on every level. Fuck it.
you can't even get on the level that
Dude,
I'm on.
get on my
every
level. What the fuck?
You can't even get on this level because I'm on every level, motherfucker. Oh,
I like to suck penis.
it's great. Oh, fuck.
For those of you who don't know, Ezric actually does like to suck penis.
It's pretty good. It's pretty OG.
Not my thing.
You know what?
Do
You're not a man of culture.
You do you. What? What? Fuck you.
Only a true man of culture can suck a dick and enjoy it.
That's gay.
I am not of the gays, sorry. I say no homo before I go down on people. It just
Do you actually?
one time I looked him right in the eye. I was like, no homo.
Back when I actually had a boyfriend, I would call him a faggot all the time.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
It was funny though, because he's like, why are you calling me a faggot? Like, he goes suck my dick. I'm like, yeah, you suck that dick, faggot. And he's like, what the fuck?
What
Are
is
you
going
gay
on?
bashing me? I'm your boyfriend. I'm like, fuck you.
You don't know my
He's
life!
like, he looks at me and goes, yeah, that's the plan, asshole.
Now bend over, you fucking queer.
It's like, does this count as like queer bashing? What the fuck is this? Whew. We were also in like a smaller town, so like everybody would
Extremely small
they
town.
would make fun of him and be like, "Oh, you fucking homo," and then I would do it, and he's like, "You're supposed to not do this, you ass."
Oh, that poor guy. I've actually, you know what? No.
Although if you're
all of
listening,
my
you know
elementary
it's a
school
joke.
career was queer bashing, so.
Pretty much, yeah. Everyone did. Come on.
I
Even the
did.
gay kids, like all the kids that like grew up and became gay, like they were gay bashing in school.
Yeah, those were the ones that were fucking bullying me.
They were,
Back then, I
they
was
were the
not
best
gay.
at it, and now you suck their dick.
Thankfully,
Who's
not
gay now, motherfucker?
like 300 pounds, but whatever.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, that fucker.
Actually, that's what I got to a couple of years ago. Actually, after we stopped being friends.
Well, I also got to lost 200 pounds.
I've lost quite a bit of weight since then.
Same. But that's what throwing boxes as a career will do to you.
Well, that's what throwing luggage will do, man.
Yeah. Oh, God. Pause on the game.
Go for it. I need to take a drink, too.
I'm lightheaded, honestly.
Oh, I'm good. I just had to make
I need like a solid second, honestly.
You're good. Sit down. Hey, we'll relax. It's an hour-long podcast, dude. We're good.
You know what? I'm going to just get a spoonful of that sugar and munch away.
Okay. Fucking go. We have a bag of sugar in the kitchen.
I just inhaled the water, so I almost shot it out of my nose. Whew, you know what? That clears the head right
So anyway, yeah, you started living with your girlfriend. How'd that go?
I started living with her. She wanted a bigger apartment because it was a one-bedroom, and I was fine with it. But moving, we ended up doing... We got a dog, not because I wanted one, and then...
you got pussy whipped.
A little bit. A little bit, I'd say.
Son, you got pussy whipped.
Yeah, but a little bit. I wasn't, like, full-on pussy whipped. Which, you know what, if you are, like, sometimes it's fine. It doesn't matter.
No, it's never fine. This is going to sound really sexist, and I know. I know, everybody. I know. We're all sensitive snowflakes. It's okay. But let me just say something. It's going to sound sexist. The woman should never be the one that's in charge of the relationship.
I feel like no one should ever be in charge of the relationship.
Exactly. That was the next thing I was going to say.
Yeah.
The man also shouldn't be the one that's in charge of the relationship. A relationship is a two-part process.
Yeah.
And you guys should both be together. So if you're pussy whipped or if you're dick whipped, you need to stop.
You need to find another person,
You need to get out of the whip, and you need to just be...
And you need to nay-nay on them.
Real hard. Like, if they're what, you have to at least bring it up to them and be like, listen, I'm not going to be genital whipped with you, you know? You got to be like,
That's
okay,
one way to put it.
you're not going to be in charge anymore.
I wouldn't even phrase it, you're not going to be in charge anymore. It's just like, we need better communication. We need to both have a say.
Well, some people want another person to be in charge of the relationship, and that's just not healthy.
No, it's not.
You know, you gotta be willing to say, look, this is a joint operation, you know?
Yeah.
We both have to be willing to communicate and compromise and work together.
Because when you don't, it gets really toxic really fast.
Well,
and that's actually kind of what
humans aren't meant to be in charge of the other. We're meant to work together.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know everyone
God would put it.
No, that's straight up what's in... Everyone in there was always like, well, in the Bible. And it's like, okay, listen, God told man and woman to work together.
Yeah.
He never told them to... Man, you shall be... Like, he told the man, like, hey, look, you're gonna be the one who tells the woman what to do, but she's also going to tell you what to do from time to time, and you should listen to her.
Yeah.
Because she knows best about this, and you know best about this. Why don't you guys fucking work together?
And then we fuck that right.
But everyone reads that and goes, "Oh, the man is in charge. He's gonna be telling you what you listen to the dick." You know? And now everyone's like, misogyny. And it's like, no, that's not what this is about. So when I say the woman should, and here's the thing, if anyone should be in charge, like if you really believe
one or the other,
it shouldn't be the woman, because women, they don't know what they want half the time. And they don't hardly ever think things through. Like, if your woman does, great. Good for you.
Marry her.
Awesome.
Most of the time.
But here's the thing. 99% of women cannot do that. At all. I'm not saying there aren't women that can, but, like, it's very, very rare.
Yeah, it's sort of like saying that any guy can make decisive and informed decisions. That's just not fucking true.
I mean, if he jerks off first, maybe. But, like,
maybe.
When I jerk off first, I can make great decisions.
It's that clarity of mind.
But I have to jerk off first. If I'm at, like, a bank and they're like, so do you want a loan? I have to go, like, listen, I have to go to the bathroom for about 20 minutes, okay? I'll come back and I'll make this decision.
But 20 minutes. I can hit that shit in 5.
Listen, 20 minutes is as quick as I go.
Literally 3 seconds.
Can you actually?
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of people who don't last a long time.
See, it's a blessing and a curse. Because there are times that I can last fucking forever, but most of the time not.
See, and I last... When I jerk off, I don't last as long because I know how to pleasure myself quite well.
I get no pleasure from it. That's the worst thing.
Oh, I love jerking off.
It is literally like 3 seconds of euphoria, and then it's like, alright, get the fuck off. And if it's myself, it's literally, get the fuck off myself. Go the fuck home. Oh, wait, I am home. Alright.
Shit, god damn it. Oh, yeah. But what I mean is, I used to be addicted to jerking off, so, like, I really like jerking off. I don't do it anymore because I used to be addicted to it. But, so, What was I saying? What were we talking about?
Informed decisions.
Oh, yeah, so...
Thanks.
But whenever I have to make, like, a really, really important decision, I will just go jerk off first, because it helps me, like, think.
Well, you're also probably very flustered, and your brain releases those endorphins and shit that kind of, like, chill you out.
Yeah.
Like the science and bullshit.
Well, yeah, I calm down. But, I think that some dudes, I think it's good for them to go jerk. I mean, that's how I decide whether or not I'm going to date somebody. I do the jerk off test. I can tell from your silence you don't know what that is.
I don't know. Obviously, from my dating experience, which has been horrid, I might add, I don't know what that is at all.
So the jerk off test is when you're thinking, oh, do I like this girl, or do I just want to fuck her? And you're like, should I call her back or whatever? And so what you do is you jerk off. And if you still want to call her after you jerk off, it means you like her.
See, it's funny. I've done that with dudes a lot. Never with a chick.
Really?
Yeah.
Or you might be gay.
Maybe.
Which, like, good for you, but...
I mean, I know I'm bi as fuck, but...
You might be gay.
I might just be gay. Who knows? I live life on...
I just do that with everyone. If I'm thinking, like, do I want to date this person, or I just want to put my dick in them? I'll just jerk off and be like, okay. And then, for my last girlfriend, that's exactly how I figured out. I was like, oh, do I just want to fuck her, or, like, is she actually worth hanging out with? And then I jerked off, and I was like, oh, I really want to see her.
I still want to hang out.
Guess I love her.
And then she came over, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Oh, sure.
Round two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm super jealous of people who can last, like, 20 minutes. Because I usually have to last about a half an hour to 45 minutes. See, and it's fucking annoying.
I think the perfect amount of time is 20 minets to half an hour. I think
that's my... I
think that is literally the perfect time for both the male and female, because it allows the female to have a decent amount of time. Usually about 2 or 3 orgasms. Depending.
Well, for my girlfriend, about the half hour mark's about the time she's had her 3rd orgasm.
Oh, nice.
Hi, sweetie!
I've known chicks that I had sex with them for 3 hours and they didn't come once, so...
Yeah, I've been in that boat.
I don't know if they just didn't like
Dude, after 3 hours, I'm like, your pussy's broken. I'm not gonna call you again.
Well, after 3 hours, I also hadn't come, and I was just like, this isn't fun. I'm just spanking it to spank it, dude. What are we doing?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It was good practice on form.
I get really good at my hip gyrations. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I displaced my fucking hip, but whatever.
Hey, it happens.
It's for the cause.
It's for the cause. Oh yeah, you're one of the only other guys that I know who's broken their dick.
You mean popped it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've popped it too, so like nobody knows what I'm talking about except other people who have.
It is very scary, because I think I was 12 when it happened.
Oh shit, you started jerking off when you were 12?
Yeah.
Wow. I started jerking off when I was like 14.
It's a bit of a story, actually.
Tell it.
It's a small story, but
yeah, I know. It's a small story. It's yours.
I'm black, motherfucker. You already know.
Literally. Listen, you had a mold of your penis in our fridge for a while.
That was soft.
It doesn't matter. Okay, well, how much bigger does it get?
A lot.
I've been told by people that have slept with you it's not that much bigger.
I've been told it's pretty fucking big, but whatever.
I mean,
I was literally named Horsecock in high school.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I've also seen your penis, and it's not hard, though. It's not amazing. Okay, well, show it to me hard sometime.
Okay. Call it a date.
No. I don't think I can. I don't think I can.
No, I know. In the state of Alaska.
I don't think I can do that. Actually, no, it is legal now.
Yeah. Thankfully. Fuck.
What are we talking about? I made up the whole thing about it being illegal. What are you talking about? Oh, you mean being gay?
Yeah.
Oh.
I forgot.
I was just like, oh, yeah, I don't think it's legal, and you just went with it. I was like, sweet, it's time to improvise.
What the fuck were we talking about?
Oh, your story about popping your dick.
Oh, yeah. So, it was good old Christmas.
Oh, jeez.
That's the way to start
the Lord's birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I lost.
I'm Christian, by the way.
I'm also a Christian. So. God, this is sacrilegious.
Very. But, so...
If you can't jerk off on the Lord's Day, what are you even doing?
Right? It wasn't the Lord's Day, though. So, story...
Do you have a problem jerking off on Sundays?
Oh, none. I have no care.
Okay, I used to when I was younger. I used to be like, oh, it's Sunday, I can't jerk off. God will get mad at me.
He'll get angry and he'll, like, force my dick off.
And then I realized that, like, God doesn't give a shit if I'm jerking off.
I mean, he doesn't give a shit about murder, so he probably doesn't give a shit if you
Yes, he does. What are you talking about?
No, I mean, like, in the
commandment.
I mean, like, in the moment. He'll get you later. He'll get you later, but, like...
What are you talking about?
Not right away.
What? What are you on about? What the fuck are you talking
about? He won't,
like,
send down a thunderstrike to kill you or anything like that. He's just gonna, like, send you to hell when you get there.
Well, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So when you jerk
Okay,
off...
I thought you meant he was just fine with murder. I'm like, no, he's fucking nuts. That's the first rule. Don't kill anybody.
Anyway, I'm going to forget the story.
Sorry, it's Christmas, so you're jerking off.
I got Christmas. I'm chilling out at my grandparents' house because that's what we do at Christmas. We get the gifts and everything. And so Uncle goes to check on Grandpa late at night because, that's just... he went to his room.
What do you mean he's going to check on him?
Oh, he went to his room. We were going to see if we can get him for, another game with the family and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got tired.
I thought you meant Grandpa was going to die, and it was like,
let's see, Grandpa's alive. But he goes in there, and he comes out laughing, trying to be quiet, because Grandpa's asleep, it turns out. But he slept with his fucking ass out, and, just passed out. And, I was like...
his ass out of his pants?
Ass out of his pants... well, he sleeps nude, apparently, so ass out of,
I do too.
the blanket.
Yeah, I do too.
And I thought that was so funny, because everyone was laughing, and, you're impressionable as a kid.
Are you going to tell me you're going to jerk off to your grandpa?
No.
Okay.
This is a bit of maybe it's a bit longer of a story, actually.
Go ahead and say it, man. We got time.
Continuing, a few nights later, I was thinking about it, it's like, that would be so much funny if I could do that. I like to make people laugh, so I also slept in my bed naked with my ass out. And I was like, my mom's going to come in at any moment, because, you're a stupid child, and you're like, yeah, totally, anything's going to happen.
Yeah, you want to do what makes people laugh, and that made people laugh, so...
Well, also, you think something's going to happen just because you thought about it happening,
right,
and it fucking doesn't.
How, you were 12, you said?
Something like that.
Oh,
really young. And, didn't fucking happen. She never entered the room because there was no fucking reason for her to enter the room.
She wasn't looking for you.
Yeah, exactly. So I was sitting there.
Real quick side note, I used to hide from my parents thinking they were looking for me. I was playing hide and seek.
And you were by yourself?
Yeah, I never told them that we were playing hide and seek. So sometimes my mom would
I'm the best fucking
my mom would go into the kitchen to cook, and she'd open up a cupboard and be like, why are you in here? And I'm like, you found me! And she's like, are you stupid?
God, my son's mental.
Oh, for real. They were like, do we have to have him tested? What's going on?
Dude, I know that.
Anyway, so you were waiting for your mom.
So I was waiting for my mom. She never came. And, I laid on my stomach as a child, so my dick was rubbing on the blankets and shit. And that just makes your dick hard.
Okay.
And so I was like, that kind of feels good. And you kind of just continue whatever movement feels good. And then I fucking...
So you discovered masturbation, or did you know this was
fucking discovered it like it was a goddamn secret temple.
Oh, wow.
I quickly realized what it was because there was references to it in the family because they joke around a lot about dirty shit.
Yeah.
And so I was like, cool, since this is apparently fine, I'm going to keep doing this. And then I proceeded to masturbate.
Exactly like that, or did you use your hand?
I used my hand. Well, actually, a lot of it was just rubbing up against the bed.
That's very interesting. A lot of people do
I did not come on the bed, though. I will say that because I was like, that's fucking disgusting.
Did you, at first? Cause you...
Yeah, the first time, because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then I was like, that's the grossest thing in the world. By the way, when I give head, I don't fucking swallow. Spitters are quitters, but fuck that, it's gross.
Fair enough, I guess.
Teach your own, that's how I see it.
I've only given head once, and I couldn't get to the money shot, so I was just like,
whatever.
I just stopped. Needless to say, my boyfriend at the time was not happy. He was like, what the fuck? Give me more.
But, no, I used, a towel under me. I was like, I'm gonna be a little classy. And, that's how I discovered masturbation.
But how'd you pop your dick? That was the original story.
Yeah, popping my dick, I, ripped on it while masturbating with my hand for one of the first times, and it popped, and I never told my mom.
Oh!
And I just was like, oh no, it went small. And this was before, I had internet, really, so I couldn't look it up or anything. And I was like, well, I'm just going to hope that it's not broken, and hopefully not die. Yeah, and
you didn't die?
The next day I jerked off again. I was like, cool.
Oh, fuck, I just lost.
Well, that's good, because I did dog shit.
Man, I discovered masturbation completely the wrong way.
Oh, how'd you do it?
I found porn when I was 9.
Dude, I found porn a month into masturbating.
No, dude.
I watched it on YouTube.
So my parents, we didn't get a computer until I was around 8 or 9 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe 10. I don't know, I might have been older. But I was a very curious child, and my parents tried to shelter me, which did not work.
Oh no!
Everything that they were afraid of me doing happened. So
I mean, that's
what happens when you don't try to shield your kids from anything.
Just be informative.
Just
if you ever find something,
questions, because my parents wouldn't answer my fucking questions.
See, mine would, but I was embarrassed.
See, I wasn't embarrassed. I would ask questions all the time. I'd be like, well, where'd babies come from? Or wow, how does that work? And I remember I asked my father, when I was like 8 where babies came from. And he goes, well, when a man and woman have sex, they produce babies. And I thought, okay, well, what's sex? And he goes, well, I'll tell you when you're a little older. And I wasn't happy with that answer. And my parents also did this thing where anytime I needed to know the meaning of a word, because I love to read, but I didn't know the meanings of words.
I can see where this is.
They would tell me, go look it up. But we had a dictionary back then, because we didn't have... My dad had a computer, but I wasn't allowed to use it. So I would have to go and look at the dictionary, and it pissed me off. But then we got a family computer, and we could use the computer for like homework and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they would tell me to go look it up, and I got tired of using the dictionaries, so I found out, hey, there's dictionaries online, so I would use them.
Then you didn't.
And then one day,
the word dick.
I asked my father. I was like, "Well, what's sex? Yeah, I'm a little older now. You should tell me." And he was like, "Well, I'll tell you another time because I'll tell you because my dad was a doctor, so he was like, I'll get my medical books and we'll sit down. And I'll tell you.
Fuck no,
I'll tell you exactly how it works." And I was like, "Okay." So I kept asking him for days and days, and he wouldn't tell me.
Mm.
And he's like, "No, I'll tell you another time. You're still a little too young to know what this is." Blah blah blah. And I just decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna look it up. Can't be that complicated. And so I looked up sex. And it brought up the dictionary definition, and it was like, a man will insert his penis into a woman's vagina. And I was like, what the hell?
What's a varguba?
I was like, what's a vagina? So I looked up vagina, and I just got medical stuff. And I was like, okay, these are kind of boring. I'm like, I want to see a real vagina. So I was like, I just typed in naked woman, and it brought me to this Russian porn website of like Russian teens. And I was like, what the fuck? And it was just these beautiful, beautiful women naked, sitting around on like tire swings and stuff, and I was like, this is so cool.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Do you know the website?
No. There was actually a show that was very popular for a long time on like MTV or some shit that was pretty much that.
Yeah, but they were naked.
Yeah, they were naked as
okay.
well. It was just blurred out, which defeated the purpose of it. But whatever.
Right. Yeah, well, these women were naked, and I was like, wow, these are, At first, I just started looking up like naked women or like naked photo shoot or whatever, because I liked looking at them. Like my dick didn't get hard because I was 9.
Yeah.
So like I wasn't jerking off or anything like that. But this is how I discovered porn, and it got to the point where eventually my father looked at the browser history, and he was like, homeboy.
You know what's funny is I actually knew about browser history like the same time I was jerking off.
This was how I found out about browser history, which is one hell of a way to find out that the computer
I'm going
stores.
to confront you about this, and you're like, you betrayed me!
The weird part was, my mother was the one who found the browser history first, but she trusted me. Because she would ask, she's like, were you looking up something on the computer earlier? And I was like, oh, I was trying to play a game. Because my mom had like MSN on the default, and it was like the game part of it in MSN. And I'd play like solitaire and stuff. So I was like, well, I clicked on this advertisement for the new Harry Potter movie, because I had been looking up Harry Potter, because I wanted to see Emma Watson naked, even at 9 years old. And I've been looking up, like, Harry Potter porn. And I was like, well, I tried to play this Harry Potter game, and it took me to a really weird website. And she was like, oh, okay, fair enough. So she just put on ad block or something and just left it alone.
She was like, I'm assuming he didn't stay.
Yeah, she's like, oh, my son's 9. He's probably not looking for porn. And so...
And fucking wrong.
Terribly, terribly wrong. She later found out and, like, cried, and it was a bad time. Really? Well, my parents were very, very religious back... Like, they're still kind of religious, but they were extremely religious back then, so porn was the devil.
The devil!
Yeah, now they're just kind of like, well, porn's kind of dumb. Like, there's no need to watch it or anything.
I mean, there really isn't. But.
Yeah. So that they're a little bit more tolerant of it, in the sense that they don't approve of it, but they're not gonna burn anybody who watches it or anything like that.
Could you imagine?
But back then, my mother, like, I remember my dad tried to shame me. He was like, "You made your mother sick. She saw some of those websites you were going to," and I was like,
"Why is she looking at
She was sick at like a model website of women sitting and like showing their pussy off. What the fuck?
She has one too.
Even I got confused at 9 years old. I was like, why would you get sick from that? Like, yeah, it's just a pussy. What's the problem?
I mean, they're gross. They have teeth.
Apparently, that's what I've heard.
They have like the predator mouth, but it's...
What if they did, though? God
I would still hit it.
Yeah, I'll admit I would too.
Yeah.
I'm
get used to it.
I'm not proud that I would admit that, but...
The human penis would probably evolve to also have...
The human penis would have, like, barbs on it to keep the teeth
It would just
away.
be a fucking battle.
So anyway, needless to say, then my dad actually did sit me down and was like, okay, porn's a really bad representation of sex.
Oh my gosh.
And it is kind of a bad representation. You shouldn't look at porn as an example. But that's how I figured out how to jerk off, because I'd see dudes jerk off into women's mouths.
Hey.
But I was afraid. I was afraid to jerk off. I thought it would hurt. So I didn't jerk off until I was like, I don't know, 14. But I would still look at porn.
Take the plunge.
I would still look at porn, and then one day I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna jerk off. And like, I went into the bathroom, and I just did what I saw in the porn, and I was like, is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna hurt? And then it felt amazing, and I was like, holy fuck, why haven't I been doing this whole time? And, but the other thing is, I started puberty late, so nothing came out. Absolutely nothing came out. And I was like, I think I broke my dick, something's wrong. So eventually, though, as I started to hit puberty, cum started coming out, which is what's supposed to happen. Which was awesome.
Broken for the longest time.
Well, I found out, I Googled it, I was like, why doesn't my cum come out? And they're like, well, you can still have an orgasm when you're young, but you're not going to start developing cum until you hit puberty, and I hit it late. So I enjoy how... I didn't hit it until I was like 14.
How Google's just like, no worries, kid, I got it.
Pretty much my whole life has been saved because of Google, but I just literally Googled all my problems when I was a kid, and here I am. Don't do that, kids.
No.
Ask your parents.
So bad.
Unless you have bad parents, and then I guess Google will help.
Try your best. That's what I say.
Yeah. But I started jerking off, and it was a good time, and I got addicted to it, and that was a bad time. But then one time when I was like 16, I was jerking off really hard. Because I just got to the point where I was doing it like 3 or 4 times a day.
Yeah, nothing comes out.
Yeah, and
you're like, fuck, did it happen again?
Yeah, like nothing came out, and I was like, maybe I have to just do it harder. So I did, and my dick popped, and I was like, uh-oh!
See, I just like twisted it weird, and then it popped.
See, I was pulling on it, and it just went, what the fuck? It felt like when you crack your neck? Yes. It felt like that, but on my dick.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Okay, so we did the same thing.
Same thing, but I guess different execution.
Yeah, just a different way of doing it. But I did that, and I was like, oh shit, should I go to the hospital? And then I was like, well, if I can come, I don't think I should go to the hospital. And so I jerked off again, like an hour later, and cum came out, no blood came out, so I was like, I guess I'm fine.
Dude, your reaction if blood did come out, that would have been fucking horror. You would have been like,
well, no, I've had blood come out of my dick before.
Okay.
I got kicked in the balls really, really, really hard one time, on accident. But,
yeah, that's what they all say.
No, like, we were playing soccer, and the dude slid into my dick. He really did not mean he really didn't mean to do that. And then, like, I pissed blood right after.
See, I played football for the longest time, and they told me that blood could, like, go into your urinary tract from being hit so hard.
Yes, it can.
It's never happened to me. And I got hit fucking hard.
It doesn't happen a lot, but it can happen. It's kind of like pink eye. It's like if you shit and don't wash your hands.
Pink eye.
I've had pink eye, but they say like if you don't wash your hands after shitting, you'll get pink eye. It's happened like once to me maybe.
Mine was from a pool, so
yeah, that can happen. But really annoying. I got hit in the dick really hard because he slid right into it, and like I didn't have a cup on because I'm stupid. And so I went into the bathroom like, all right, let's assess the damage. And then I pulled my underwear in front of me, and I was like, oh no, because it was just blood.
Let's assess the damage. And I'm screaming.
I almost did, but I was just like, okay. Well, I rationalized it. I was like, okay, I've had like bloody noses, so this is probably just that on my dick. So I was like, all right, well, we'll see what happens.
God, you took that a lot better than I would have.
Well, I freaked out at first. At first, I was like having a panic attack. I was like, oh man. But my coach was basically just like, you're probably fine. You're probably okay. You can go to the hospital.
God, wouldn't he have felt bad if like you were actually in like critical condition, like your penis?
Yeah, if I lost my penis. Yeah, he would have
been like, wow, that
he would have killed himself, honestly. But no, I don't know. I don't know what he would have done. But I was just thinking like, okay, your body bleeds every now and again when it gets hurt. I'm like, so this, if I can piss, then I'm probably okay. Mm-hmm. And I pissed, and like what came out was just straight up blood for like 2 seconds, and then it turned yellow. And I was like, okay, that's probably just some of the old blood that was in there. So
you just gotta drain the lizard every so often.
Yeah, I was like, well, there was blood on there, so whatever. This is probably normal. And then I thought, okay, when I get home, I'll jerk off, and if I can jerk off, I'm fine.
That is the answer to everything.
Well, no, because if my dick, if I can make cum, then my dick's okay. That was my rationalization.
God, kids are stupid.
Well, I was fucking like, I don't know, I was 15 or 16 or something. So I went home, and normally when I get home, I jerk off, and then I started my homework or whatever. So I jerked off, and what came out was pink, and I was like, okay, well, it's pink, so that's kind of a good sign. And I said, okay, if tomorrow no blood comes out, I'll be okay. And so then no blood came out, and I was like, all right, fine, I'm okay. So I didn't go to the hospital. And that's the end of that story. And I've never had my dick bleed ever again. And I hope to God it never happens again because
let me help you out real quick.
What's that?
Let me help you out real quick.
What?
Blast from the past. Let me hit you in the dick.
Nope, I don't want that. But yeah, that's my bleeding dick story.
Tasty.
Yeah. And like I've heard a lot of guys had similar stories. Like my friend,
I've actually never heard a story.
My
like
friend
that.
Mark, I told him that story. He's like, the exact same thing happened to me. He goes, I was in Taekwondo practice. I got kicked in the dick. He goes, I wasn't wearing a cup because I'm stupid. And he goes, and I pissed blood. And I was like, okay, if I could jerk off, I'm fine. And he goes, and then I jerked off, and I was okay. What the fuck? That was the.
Why is that the thing?
I think that's just. I think it's just your brain's like, okay, can we make cum? All right, we're fine. Like it just doesn't care as long as we can make cum.
It goes sploosh? Yes,
Hold on. Can we make babies? All right, we're fine. Yeah. We're okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You're missing an arm? Can you come? All right, you're good. Is there a possibility you can impregnate this woman right now? Yes? All right, we're fine.
All right, doesn't matter if you live
being a pussy! Come on! Let's go get laid, motherfucker!
Here comes toxic masculinity for like half a second.
Oh, I don't believe that exists.
Really?
Like, okay, listen, I'm sure there are a lot of...
Is it like to an extent, or is it just...
Listen, okay, I'm sure there's some douchebag out there that makes it, like, real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's some guy that's like, oh, women belong in the kitchen, bleh, you know, but to the extent that everyone's like, oh, our culture is such toxic masculinity, it's like, no, it's not. It's really not. Most men are perfectly fine with women. Most women are perfectly fine with men. Most men are quite happy, actually, that men and women are equal, and we're perfectly happy to share the world with you and live in peace and harmony. Mm-hmm. And we don't hate you. And we don't want to rape you. It's a very small amount of men that want to rape women, and those men suck, and I want to see them hung up from the rafters.
Yep.
But we do not have a rape culture. We do not have toxic masculinity or whatever. That's not real. And those people who believe in that are blowing up how often this happens. Because you have to realize that rape happens, something like less than 1% of men rape. And they're the ones doing the rape. Mm. And here's the thing. 99% of men hate rapists. We also want to see the rapists burned to death. You know, we want to hang them.
I mean, yeah,
they give us a bad name for one thing, but also they're just gross. That's disgusting. I can't imagine raping somebody. Like, the thought of rape just turns my stomach. And here's the thing. Women are like, well, you don't know what it's like to be raped. I am a rape victim.
Yeah.
I was raped when I was young. And here's the thing. I was drugged and held down. So I completely understand. I can sympathize. It's not a fun time. I still have nightmares about it. I still have like weird sexual problems because of it. Mm-hmm. But I'm working through that, and I'm trying to live a normal life.
Yeah.
So, don't think that I don't understand, ladies. I do. I understand very intimately what you're going through when you see a strange person at night and you're afraid. I don't like going to parties with a lot of people for that reason, because I'm afraid if I pick up the wrong drink, I'm going to get raped again. So, wow, this got deep. Let's get to the good part. So, listen, I think rapists, if you could, I think Bill Cosby should be hung. Like, I don't give a shit if he's old.
I had a shitty joke, but I'm just gonna...
do it, say it! Come on!
Well, he's already hung. He's a black man.
Oh, damn!
You can't really make him any more hung at that point.
Listen,
right?
I think he should be hanged. Because that's the appropriate grammar or whatever. But, yeah. Anyway, I honestly feel like he should be hung.
Yeah.
I think he should die. And I think all people who, like, not people who are like, maybe he's a rapist... we're just in case he is a rapist, we're putting him away. Like, if you have 100% evidence or they admit to rape...
You literally have admittance of rape.
You should literally have, like, a recording. Like, if we're pretty sure, don't hang him. We have to be 100% sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't want to hang an innocent man.
It already happens so much. Like, you see the reports of these guys getting
thrown in jail for life.
They'll come out after their case has actually been proved, like, that they didn't do anything.
Right.
And they've been in there for fucking 25 years.
I'm only in
34.
Right. I'm only in support of capital punishment so long as we absolutely know they did it.
Yeah.
If we're even a little bit unsure,
there's no fucking...
Don't do it. Please don't do it. But if we're absolutely sure this guy raped and murdered 5 people, yeah, kill him.
Yeah.
Get rid of him. Because we don't need him. He's not important to society.
And the whole concept of like, oh, well, he should suffer. I get where you're coming from, but at the same
time...
Don't
make it humane. You could just lethal injection, but like make it painful. Put cyanide in his blood. I don't care.
Well, at the same time, like... It doesn't... You know what? I would rather have his ass dead than any chance of him getting parole or
even then, you're just
that.
making it hard for the taxpayers, and you're making it hard for the prison system, because now you're storing somebody that, like... Why would we store and feed them?
Yeah.
Like, we can just get rid of them.
3 meals a day.
And now
it's a terrible
but then we can take care of the actual prisoners who need help, and aren't that bad.
Yeah, the people with mental disabilities and stuff like that, they
like,
do shitty things,
we should lock them up, because they're killing people, but, like... They're crazy.
Yeah.
They can't really... I mean, not to say they can't help it. They can, but, like, they need help.
Yeah.
Above everything else, they need help.
So Bill Cosby's just a shitty
Bill Cosby,
person.
yeah, he's just like, oh, I'm rich and famous, and I can do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, that's really
garbage.
Shitty. Yeah, and he even admitted to it. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a rapist."
Yeah, diddly.
Like, okay, cool. Well, let's kill you. We don't need you around. We're not going to house you, and you're an old man. You're probably going to rack up a lot of medical bills. Fuck you. You know,
I'm probably going to get stabbed a lot.
And that being said, I still like Bill Cosby's comedy. He's just a shitty person.
Yeah, it's always unfortunate when, like
I'm still going to show my children the chocolate cake bit because it's funny.
So what I was going to say is like. It's unfortunate. This is not saying that every person who makes rape jokes is a rapist. It's unfortunate to me whenever someone does make a rape joke because I have to be in a certain mood for it because I am also a victim of rape. And I do find some of them funny if they are actually funny. But if it's just like, haha, rape, I find it funny. I find it funny when the joke isn't that somebody got raped.
Exactly. It's just that the situation calls for a punchline, and the punchline requires that a rape takes place. And it's not a real rape.
Of course.
It's just
if
like,
there was any...
It's not like, haha, you got raped. It's, haha, this condition can only exist when somebody gets raped.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I appreciate that kind of joke, because it requires you to explore a very difficult subject.
Like the, not date... Well, Dave Chappelle does that, but also
Dave Chappelle's really good at that.
I fucking love Dave Chappelle.
Oh my god, have you seen his new specials?
I have seen 2 of them.
Oh my god, they're genius. I love that man. I'm so glad he took a break, because he came back fucking strong.
Yeah, he did.
God damn it, I love that man.
He's also a very philosophical person. But anyway, back to what I was saying is like, you know, it's hard because in male culture, a lot of people don't think that a guy can get raped.
I hate to say this because a lot of people aren't going to appreciate what I say, but the locker room talk shit that Donald Trump's talking about, it's real. Guys do not talk the same around women that we do around each other.
Oh, not at all.
If you were to listen into my conversations with my buddies, you'd think I'm the most racist, homophobic piece of shit in the world. But I don't mean a goddamn word of it.
Well, and it's also because, like, it's a sort of a filter, because you can talk like that to ladies, of course, but...
Well, like there are plenty of lesbians that I know who I talk like that around.
There's plenty of girls that just talk like that too in general, but it's because I've felt out those boundaries,
right?
And with dudes, it's just the average dude has a lot better of a boundary.
More dudes are cool with that than women are.
Yeah.
Like there's a few women that are cool with that, and you got to really scope them out.
Yeah,
but a lot of dudes are cool. If I run into a dude who's not cool with that, I honestly feel like he's a pansy.
So. And, you know, that can be your opinion. I just say whatever the fuck you want to do is whatever you do personally, but...
So, well, what I more mean is, like, if a dude politely is like, hey, I don't want to talk about this, I'll be like, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I respect that.
If they're like, oh my god,
but if he's
really?
like, that's pretty misogynistic, you're promoting rape culture. It's like, no, dude, I'm just trying to talk to you like a man. This is how men talk. Just, like, I understand if you don't want to talk about this, I'll not talk about this.
Just talk to me about it.
I'm just here to fuck around, but, like, if you don't want to fuck around about it, fine. I understand. I completely, because there are times where I'm having
uncomfortable.
Well, there are times where I'm having a really bad day and I'm having like flashbacks to when I was getting raped, and I'm like, hey, can we not joke about this today?
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine with joking about it a lot of the time, but you know, today I'm having a really, really bad day.
Yeah.
You know, I can't do this, and I'll tell my friends, I'll be like, listen, I can't talk about this right now. Can we please move on? And if somebody tells me, you know, I don't want to talk about this right now, I'll be like, okay. But if I just bring up the subject of rape, like if we're just discussing like what we think about it. Then if they're like, I don't want to talk about it, I'll be like, okay, well, you can go to another room. Because if somebody's just talking about rape, I don't think that they should have to censor themselves because of me. You know? I think that they have a right to talk about it. If they're making jokes about it, then I'm like, hey, you know, I got a problem with this. And the whole problem is I have with, like, the social justice warriors or whatever. Is
keyboard warriors?
Yeah, is that they're like, you can't ever talk about rape. And it's like, yes, we can.
Then how the fuck does anything get done?
Well, we need to have a dialogue. And then we need, you know, people should have the right to express their opinion no matter how shitty or how unpopular it is.
Yeah, also that'll just make more rapes happen because people won't talk about it.
Exactly. They'll be like, well, rape is good. And it's like, okay, well, what is rape? You know, because there's different kinds of rape and there's different... Some people think that there's like a rape culture, and it's like, well, it's very important to talk about what you mean by rape culture. What do you mean? Because I don't even quite understand what people mean when they say rape culture or toxic masculinity. It's like...
Because it can imply multiple things.
Well, what do you mean by toxic masculinity? Because my definition of what I think toxic masculinity is when, like, dude bros are like, oh, man, fucking women belong in the kitchen, blah, and they're serious. Because women will... Like, I'll say that. I'll jokingly, like, my girlfriend will come over and I'll be like, get in the kitchen, bitch, make me dinner, you know? But I don't mean that.
Yeah.
You know?
And if she did make you dinner,
if she did make
me dinner,
oh my god, thank you. I'm not going to complain, and I'll be like, oh, thanks, babe, you know, I'll get you next time, and I'll make her dinner. But You know,
I'll be the hoe.
And she's done it before, too. I'll be like, bitch, make me a sandwich. She'll be like, what kind of sandwich do you want? And I'm like, oh, cool, sweet.
Free sandwich.
Like, yeah, I'm down for that. Or like one time I was like, oh, man, I'm kind of hungry. And she's like, oh, I'll make you chicken. And she made me a very delicious chicken dinner. And it was quite awesome. And I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life. But like, you know, it's not because she's a woman she has to do that.
Yeah, no.
So I don't think asking a woman to make you dinner is toxic or masculinity or anything. I think it's just, hey, babe, can you make me dinner? Yeah. If she was a boy, I'd ask her the same thing. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't know. Somebody was saying manspreading.
Dude, I don't get that.
What the fuck is man?
So manspreading.
Like, I know what it is.
Okay.
I know what it is, but like, you do realize we have a cock and balls down there, right?
It's kind of hard.
Like, imagine if I told you you couldn't, like, if you had to press your tits together all the time. Like, there's no good analogy. I can't explain this to women because they don't have parts between...
That's extremely sensitive.
Well, they don't have... Like, here's the thing. That's where all of our nerves are.
Yeah.
Very few of our nerves
are. A lot of our brain cells, too. Let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest. Well, there actually are, like, some synaptic connections down there.
Oh, really?
There's literally, like, some brain... Well, you have brain cells technically all over your body.
Yeah, but I didn't know.
They're just not as concentrated as they are in your head.
That makes sense.
So, you know, you have those kinds of nerves down there, but they're just not as common.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's our most sensitive part of our body. You know, imagine your pussy hanging out of your body.
Well, and also another thing to keep in mind is it's constantly reminded because when we walk, it's like reminded that that's there.
Right. We don't put our legs together when we walk, and it's not because
there's no fucking way to.
We need all this space. It's like, no, we really do need that space.
Yeah. And like there are some dudes who like take it really far where they're literally like fucking like 180 degree of fucking
I understand if somebody's taking up another seat with their leg.
Yeah. But that's not necessarily them trying to fucking...
If homeboy has his knees a foot apart, there's a reason.
Well, and what I was going to say is, it's because he's an asshole. It's not because he's trying to say that, or trying to display dominance over the female gender.
Yeah.
And if that's his way of doing it, then he's fucking stupid.
Yeah. And if you think that, and if you also take that as a sign of him displaying his dominance, you're a submissive little bitch.
Yeah, you're very sensitive to people doing anything.
Right, because let me tell you something right now, that is not a display of dominance.
Yeah, my display of dominance is calling you a little fucker, like, thrown down.
My display of dominance is just looking at you. I'll stare a bitch down.
Like on the bus?
No, like different. Dude, okay, so I stumbled upon a gem. I'll share it with all of you boys out there, because women, I've tried to tell women to do this to see if it'll work. It doesn't work with women. I don't know if it's ingrained in us because we're monkeys or something, but there's something primeval about this trick. Excuse me. I have some acid reflux. Hold on. There's something primeval about this trick because I've gotten a deal on my car with this because I stared down the man behind the counter. Don't say anything.
Yeah.
Just be quiet. Like this guy, he was like, okay, so the parts are going to cost extra. And I just looked at him.
I actually have a reason for that, but continue.
Like I just looked at him, and I just let the silence fill the air. Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, I could probably give you a discount on this part. And I just kept staring him down. Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, okay, listen, I'll be honest. This part isn't actually this expensive. It's just a bitch to put in. You know, it's labor costs. And I was like, I just kept looking at him, and he goes, so I can get it down to here. And I was like, okay. And that's all I wanted him to tell me because I knew he was bullshitting me.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, fine. And I was like, oh my god, I just stumbled upon, like, a way of showing dominance that's, like, nobody does. And I think it's probably because people talk a lot in our culture, i.e. this podcast, but,
yeah,
you know, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ever needing to, like, if somebody's ever trying to bullshit you on something, just don't say anything.
Yeah, and what I was going to say is, you had mentioned that it doesn't normally work with girls to girls.
Well, yeah, I told a female friend of mine about this, and she said she tried it, and, like, the dude just dismissed her. But then she tried it with a female, and the female also dismissed her. So I think that it doesn't... I think women, because people see them as being, like, subservient, or... Not subservient, submissive. I think because women are more often submissive, it's seen as a sign of submission from them.
Well, that's what I was going to
men are dominant... The fact that I can just look at a guy and be like, I don't even have to show you how dominant I am. Like, it kind of freaked him out, I think.
Well, I was going to say it's more like the female thing, yes, because at that point it's shown as, like, weakness and the loss. But with a guy,
It's like
It's
not
sort of
showing how
expected.
powerful you are.
It's always expected that you're going to reply. So the fact that you're not even replying, like, I don't even need to.
Yeah, like what you're saying to me is invalid.
Yeah.
Do something else. It's like in a game where the dialogue tree just goes down to one option. It's like
It's as if
I'm not
Trump
gonna
just
say
simply went wrong. Like that's
yeah.
that's pretty much.
That's why that
Almost
response
the beginning of
works.
it.
It's why that works. It shuts everyone up because they're like, oh, whoa.
How do I respond? You respond with facts and telling them that they're fucking stupid. That's
Well, yeah, that's how that works. But a lot of politicians don't have any fucking facts. let's be
exactly.
honest. A lot of them are like, oh, fuck. My pro-abortion.
Shit! How'd you know?
Oh fuck! I don't have any evidence.
Shit! I believe in Jesus. That's my evidence.
God damn it! Yeah, but it works because a lot of politicians and a lot of Republicans too are just full of shit.
Just a lot of.
And like, I don't like Donald Trump very much. I don't think he's a great guy, but like, he at least has some evidence for what he's saying. It's not great evidence. Well, hold on. He at least tries to back up what he's saying with evidence. No, if you actually like, hold on. Before I say anything else, I'm going to preface this. I'm not a fan of Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like him. I like a few of his political points, but I also like a few of Hillary Clinton's points, and I also like a few of Bernie Sanders' points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like any one politician, maybe except for Ben Shapiro, but that's mostly because he's logical and like he has a lot of evidence for what he's saying, and he's not like a lot of other politicians.
Yeah.
And he at least logically makes sense.
Well,
like, I don't agree with some of his morality,
mm-hmm.
but he logically makes an argument, and I appreciate that because a lot of politicians don't.
Well,
And Donald Trump tries to make a logical argument. He's just more often a jerk about it. And I feel like if he was a little bit more collected and calm, I would like him a little bit more. And if he actually had like a better argument, I'd like him a little bit more.
mm-hmm.
But as such, compared to most of the other Republicans and Democrats out there, he's at least trying. A lot of them are just like, oh, because of this. And it's like, okay, why? And they can't answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
You know, more often than not, when I ask why do we have a welfare state, a lot of the Democrats are like, well, blah, 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 morality. We should be nice to people. And it's like, okay, yeah, we should be nice for people, but why am I being bankrupted so that we can be nice to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think the government has the right to point a gun in my face and say, give me your money and stick me up like a crook just because other people aren't responsible enough to get a job or responsible enough to take care of their children, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying, like, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, because that's just a shitty argument.
Yeah,
but,
as someone who came from a shitty
Right.
wealth.
I came from poverty too, I understand, but at the same time, why the fuck do I have to pay for them?
Mm-hmm.
And why the fuck are they allowed to... They can't feed their children, but they're allowed to have them? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. I feel like if you can't take care of your children should be put in a home where people can take care of them. I don't feel like I should be paying for them just because you can't take care of them. If you can't take care of your kids, you shouldn't have had your fucking kids.
Some people are put in that position afterwards, though, of course.
No, and I understand it.
Yeah.
Like, all the more power to those people. I think that they deserve all the help that we can give them, but not at the point of bankrupting everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously I don't have a solution to that problem, but I feel like we need to have that discussion, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And the Democrats like to hide behind that and go, but the children! And it's
Yeah,
like, if
like
you
to
actually
use it as a
cared
shield
about
sort
the
of thing.
children, you would actually, like, come up with a better solution, because you're making other children poor and making other parents poor by doing this.
Leveling out the... I don't want to say working class.
Leveling out the
exactly.
playing field never works.
No.
You need to raise the bar. You need to raise the playing field for everybody. Because, yeah, I know the poor will stay poor or whatever, but they'll be higher class poor. You know, the poor in America are way better off than the poor everywhere else. And it's because our poverty level is higher because our economy is higher.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and as we tear down the economy, as these people want to get rid of capitalism, it's like, no, don't do that. That's the whole reason why the poor doesn't suck here. You know, it's the whole reason that kids aren't like dying in the streets with no shoes, is because we have capitalism. So don't get rid of it because everyone will fucking die.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening in Venezuela right now. They dismantled capitalism, and now they're eating zoo animals, and their children are dying in the streets because they can't fucking feed themselves.
Yeah.
They're having to eat their pets and other people. They've started serving people in Venezuela. So all these feminist types that want to get rid of the capitalism, you're making a... Oh, what?
You turned to the side, apparently.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So this is going to be shitty.
But anyway, you know, for those reasons, I don't like Democrats, and for the reasons that the Republicans are always like, oh, free market, but they also don't, every time you elect them, they don't make a free market. That's why I hate them. Because they hate taxes, but then they tax the fuck out of you.
Well, I just need all this money
Yeah.
for my second Bentley.
Well, and the fact that the last time we had Republicans in charge, they started a war and bankrupted the entire world.
Yep.
And now they're war criminals.
Funny how that works, right?
Yeah, the UN... Actually, yeah, if you didn't know this is for the viewers too. The UN is actively seeking the arrest of Dick Cheney and George Bush because they have been found as war criminals.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, they're not allowed to leave the country.
Like, it's fucked up, but it's hilarious.
No, it is hilarious. They should. We should fucking extradite them. I don't know why we haven't yet. It's because they're royalty. They're our royalty. Yeah. We can't do that. Yeah. I know why. It's just a stupid reason why.
Yep.
But that being said, I like some of Donald Trump's politics. I also don't like a lot of it. I think he's kind of an asshole, but
I think he's a lot of an asshole.
He's a lot better. He's a lot better than like Mitt Romney or like.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He's better than Hillary too. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I cannot stand her,
dude. She fucking ran a campaign to appeal to the fucking.
I want to be the first woman president.
No, not even that. Remember, she was like, doing memes and stuff.
Oh, that's so gross.
It was so cringy.
It's so
and I was like,
gross.
That right there. You just fucking lost.
Right.
All of the people
as
that
soon as that happened,
for you,
yeah,
gone.
As soon as that happened, I'm like, oh, you look fake as fuck. It's like what Elizabeth Warren is doing now.
I don't know.
I don't know if you keep up with politics.
Not really.
She had went on... Dude, okay, so Elizabeth Warren does not drink.
Yeah.
At all.
Okay.
Like, she's famous for not drinking. She's also famous for claiming to be Cherokee when she's not.
Ooh.
Which is an insult to people like me and my mother who actually are Cherokee. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be like walking up...
She did a 23andMe and they found out she's 0.001% Native American. Like nothing. Like and it's an error margin of like 0.2% or something. So, she's not fucking Native American. And even other Native Americans have like been like, no, you're not, bitch. Shut up. But she went on Twitter and she posted this video of she's like, oh, I'm just kicking back having a beer, and I'm like, oh,
gross.
You're disgusting.
Well, like,
she's like,
who cares if you're having
hello, fellow humans. I also enjoy beer.
But like at the same time, like, who even cares?
Right?
Who fucking cares?
We're not going to vote for you because you drink beer.
Yeah.
We're going to vote for you because you have good politics.
Well,
that's why I vote for Beer Bowl.
Yeah.
Or because you say what everyone's thinking.
A lot of people voted for Harambe, so...
On what?
Harambe? For Trump's...
you know why? Because we had a choice between shit and polished shit.
And then a, like, super low chance of anything ever happening, which was Bernie Sanders.
Nah, I don't like Bernie Sanders. He wants to dismantle capitalism, and that's just going to ruin the country.
Yeah.
He's a communist, and I can't allow communism. I just can't. It kills societies.
Yeah.
You know, and anyone who thinks, well, it's never been real communism, go read a fucking history book. Like, pick up a book on Russia. Just do it.
Well,
I dare you.
What I was going to say is, like, voting in America usually is, like, just the lesser of two evils, and it's always bad.
Yeah.
It's never...
I think it might
have never enjoyed...
I think what Donald Trump is the first wave of, like, real people. Because he's not a politician, and everyone's like, he's a billionaire. It's like, okay, yeah, but, like, if you look at his actual net worth, he's poor. He's a normal. He's a kind of normal. He's a kind of normal person. He doesn't try to appeal to people based on their like. Oh, I need the numbers. You know. He's just like, okay, I'm going to say what I say, and like, if you don't agree with me, don't vote for me. You know. He never tries to be like, oh, I'm with you guys. Well, no, what I mean is he'll try to say like, oh, you know, I'm just a businessman. Like, I understand the people with their own businesses, and like, I want them to have their rights, and I want them to have a better economy. He tries to appeal to those people, but he doesn't go around being like, oh, I drink beer just like all you people do.
Yeah, but he kind of did something similar to that with the population of Hispanics in America.
Yeah.
Like, he literally had a Hispanic woman speak for him at one of his rallies. So...
Oh, you know why?
Why?
She was the mayor. She was the mayor of that town. And he usually lets the mayor open for him.
Really?
Yeah, when he does rallies in different towns, he has like a mayor or congressman or whoever's in town or whoever's willing to do it. Because some people aren't willing to do it.
Yeah, at all.
Some people are like, fuck you, I don't like you, Donald Trump. And he's like, all right, fine. And then he'll talk or he'll get another person to talk. But yeah, she was the mayor and she wanted to talk for him.
See, I don't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that wasn't him. I like the Taco Tuesday thing was kind of stupid, but like, I thought that's what you were going to talk about.
I mean, that was as well really stupid.
That was dumb, but like, I think he did it as a joke more than anything.
I can't tell with him, honestly.
Yeah, it was a little hard to tell, but if it was a joke, it was just a shitty joke.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a joke, it was like, okay, come on, dude. But like, that was the only instance I could think of. No, but that was like the mayor of the town, and she wanted to talk for him, and he was like, okay, go ahead. And she's like, even though
thank God.
Even though she's like, even though she was a Democrat too. She's like, even though I'm a Democrat, like, I'll still talk at your rally. And she didn't try to like convert anyone. She was just like, you know, I'm honored to have, you know, a political figure because nobody else would come to the town. It was like a very small town in like, I don't know, Montana or something. It was this small white bread town. And she was just like, none of the other people are coming in, so I'll talk. Like, we can have, we'll have a political talk, And so she opened for him, and she was talking to people, and she was like, I want you guys to, even though you're voting for him because of immigration and all that, I want you guys to remember to have compassion and stuff like that. And everyone was like, well, yeah, we're not. And that's the other thing. Everyone thinks that because they talk about immigration, that they're not compassionate to immigrants. And it's like, I'm completely compassionate to immigrants. I just don't want them to come into my country illegally. Because then they're siphoning off tax money and making us all poorer. And they're also, if they commit a crime, we can't punish them.
Yeah.
We have to send them back to their country.
Right back,
and we have to spend
won't do
billions of dollars sending them back, too. It's not cheap to send immigrants back. And we can't keep them here because that's a violation of international law. And then we'll get in trouble with the UN if we do that. So we have to send them back. It's just a big money drain. So if we can limit them from coming in, or at least help them come in legally, cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not I know the wall's not going to work, but I'm okay with them building a wall. Build a wall. Let's at least have the conversation. If building a wall at least opens up a conversation about making it easier to get in, or making it more accessible, or at least making it harder for them to come in illegally, cool. Then build a wall. I don't care. If that's what starts the conversation, go for it.
My only problem with that is that money needs to be used for better things.
Well, here's the thing. It's only $5 billion, and we're spending $500 billion paying for other countries.
Yeah. At the same time,
we have the money. Don't say we don't have the money.
Use that money in other places, though.
Oh yeah, use it in NASA. I don't care.
Yeah,
but
literally anywhere else.
We're using literally 100 times more money for something else that doesn't help us at all. Why don't we use it for just a year or two, just to get the conversation going? And that's the thing. What really needs to happen in politics, at least what I think needs to happen, is we need to have conversations. And I think Trump is at least willing to be like, look, let's have a conversation. And everyone just hates him. And it's like, well, okay, he's the first guy for a long time who actually wants to talk. He wants to compromise. And I think that's what I mean when I say he's like an average person. He doesn't want to just sit there and be like, I'm a politician, I get money, blah, blah, blah. He actually wants to make the country better. He actually, and okay, he might not be going about it in the best way, but he's trying. He's at least trying to start a conversation and compromise. And no one wants to do that because Orange Man bad. And I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that concept either, where people just jump.
They're like, oh, we don't like Trump. And it's like, okay, but why?
It's that weird thing of he'll say something and everyone jumps off their seats about it, even if it's not even even if it's something completely different. I think if he wasn't so weirdly extreme with so many things, because he did the whole grab her by the pussy thing and all those.
Did you listen to the full conversation on that though?
I did.
It's nothing. And he's telling them, he's saying if you're famous, women will just throw themselves at you. That's what he was saying. Yeah. Which is true. That's not sexist. That's a real thing. Women will throw themselves at
But just in general, being better at how he phrases things and how he talks.
Exactly. Well, that's another thing. People suck at phrasing things, which is why people relate to him, because they're like, oh, I talk badly too. Yeah. I'm no good at words.
We're not hard.
Pussy good, yes. Grab the pussy. If the pussy wants to be grabbed, and that's the thing, I'm so full support of grabbing them by the pussy, if they want to be grabbed by the pussy.
Yeah, full consent.
Yeah, if my girlfriend's grab me and shove me against the wall, I'm like, no problem. I don't know. I agree with that, though. I think he needs to work on how he says things and explain it better.
I feel like it's just an entirely crazy kind of situation, because people, like I said before, jump at every single thing.
Yeah.
When it just needs to be talked about. It just needs to sit down and be like, do you think he's a shitty person?
And that's what I mean. Because all the people who don't want to build the wall, he's even been said, okay, what's your solution? And nobody has one. And he's like, okay, if you can't come up with something, let's try this. And no one wants to try it. And it's like, okay, look, if trying this is what brings up the conversation and tries to fix the issue, fucking awesome. Let's do it then. And yeah, it's $5 billion. Do you want to know how much money we just throw away into the military? Take the money from the military. I don't know why the Democrats haven't suggested that. Reduce the military.
Every Southerner is like, don't. Oh, God.
No.
Take my money.
Every single person, even if they're Democrat or Republican, every single person I know hates the war.
Yeah.
They hate it.
Everyone hates it.
So you know what? Defund the war. Pull some people out of the war. Reduce their budget by $5 billion. Build the wall. We're not at war. We're not in so much of a war anymore.
What? Believe.
What? Oil?
Terrorists.
Oh, yes. The
terrorists, they hate our way of life.
I feel like...
They hate our freedom,
Ezric.
Oh, my God.
Don't you know? They hate our freedom. They're
down 9007315. If you
donate now.
support the
Donate now. You got to donate to the 9/11 effort. They killed 300,000. We're killing millions of them, but they killed 300,000 of our people.
Yeah.
Or what is it? Like 3,000? How many people did they kill in 9/11?
I have no idea.
It's peanuts compared to how many people we've killed.
The entire thing was terrible.
Oh, and by the way, we all know it wasn't the Iraqis or the Iran. Or Iran, I mean, the Iran. Now I sound like that stupid chick from that one video. Everywhere like the Iraq. We all know it wasn't them, and we're killing them.
Yeah.
It wasn't Afghanistan either. It was Saudi Arabia. And even if a lot of people believe it was an inside job, but if you believe in the official story, it was Saudi Arabia. And we haven't done anything to them. So really all we've done is gotten revenge against somebody who literally had nothing to do with it.
As long as we take our aggression out on someone, it makes the people happy. At least that's sort of the feeling of it.
I just hate that we're in a perpetual war.
Yeah.
So I'm all in favor of ending the war. And if, take the wall money from the war effort. That'll make the Democrats happy because supposedly the Democrats are pro-peace, despite the fact that they did not approve of the peace talks with Kim Jong-un, or the fact that we pulled 7,000 troops out of Afghanistan, and the fact that Donald Trump wanted to get out of the war of Syria.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly they hate war. Even though and that's the thing, I like those policies. Yeah. I liked when he did those things, because I don't like war.
He has some reason to him.
Right, well, he doesn't want a war. I don't want a war.
The whole,
nobody wants a war.
No free healthcare being, fucking stripped the shit out of.
I hate that. I hate free healthcare.
You do?
Yes.
Why?
Because I don't feel like I should have to pay for other people's fuck-ups. I'm all for healthcare when it comes to cancer.
Mm-hmm.
If the healthcare is specifically
if
it's specifically for pre-existing conditions like deafness or cancer or an unpreventable illness, fine. If you get cancer or if you go deaf or if you lose your sight or if you become disabled because of a workplace accident, fine. But I don't want to pay for people's boo-boos or because it was a motorcycle accident. No, you pay for that. You pay for that. You're the stupid asshole who's going on a motorcycle. I don't feel like I should have to pay for that. I'll pay for your cancer treatment. I'm down to pay that. I'll pay a little bit of my money so that, if I get cancer someday, I can get the help I need.
Mm.
Or if I get diabetes. But at the same time, if you're 500 pounds and you get diabetes, you pay for that. But if you develop, I can't remember if it's type 2 or type 1 or whatever, but if you develop the kind of diabetes that's just genetic, then yeah, I'll pay for your diabetes.
Life just gave you a shit hand at that
Yeah,
point.
or if you're the asshole who's eating cake every day, fuck you. I'm not going to pay for your diabetes.
I feel like that whole thing needs to be
I think we need to talk about it more as a country.
Yeah.
I think we need to really, instead of saying all or nothing, I think we need to compromise. And I think it shouldn't, because my whole thing is, I'm not going to pay for every single person's health problem.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. And plus, you're making it less likely for me to be able to pay for my own health care. I can't get health insurance because I'm paying everyone else's health insurance. And I can't use the health insurance because I'm paying for everyone else's health insurance.
Well, health insurance reduces, at least as long as it is properly made, it's not very expensive.
As long as they don't do what they do in Canada and make it illegal to have any other kind of health insurance, I think we'll be okay. Because in Canada, if you can't get the national health insurance, you're fucked. Because it's illegal to get other kinds of health insurance. You can't get private insurance. You can't get privately treated. Unless you see a dentist. And as long as they don't do that, as long as you can still get private health care, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a big mess. And I don't think we know enough or have enough money to do it.
It reminds me of, this is completely different topic, but the private prison system.
Oh my god, that's
where
disgusting.
People profit,
that's slavery.
Yeah,
that's modern day slavery.
People profit off of
that
it.
Is disgusting.
People profit off of people being sick and shit.
Do you want to know how much prisoners get paid to help for relief efforts? Because occasionally
they get paid 5 cents.
No, not even that.
Yeah, it's fucking minuscule.
It's, in some states they don't get paid anything, but in other that, and that's slavery, by the way. But there's one state the most they get paid is $1 an hour.
Yeah.
In California to fight the wildfires, they got the prisoners to help the firefighters.
Yeah.
The prisoners made $10 every day. Because they work for 10 hours.
And another thing too is if you have if you're in there because you were damaging something or because you got some weird thing and now you owe money due to the legalities of something, that money that you're making goes straight to them, so you're not even getting it.
Oh yeah, it's modern day slavery.
It's
actually I think it's worse than slavery because slaves at least got room and board and they got and if they got an allowance. People forget that I'm not talking about American slavery. American slavery is the worst form of slavery that's ever existed. I'm talking about the slavery practiced by the Israelites or in Europe. It was a bit kinder.
Was it closer to serfs?
It was closer to indentured servitude.
Okay, so
you were a
more like
slave.
serfs and
You were
stuff
a
like that.
slave, but like if you'd worked for your master for a long time, you got a pension. So like if you blew out your back working in the field, they'd be like, okay, put him in the house. You know, he'll be a house slave, or he'll be the tutor or something. Like we'll give him
all awful.
Well, it's still slavery. It's still slavery.
Yeah.
Or they would say, you know what, you're a free man now. We'll get a pension for you.
Yeah.
You can still live on the property, and we'll still give you a home and stuff. But now you can go into the market and go buy your food, and you can go get another job if you want to, an easier job. A lot of slaves, if they couldn't work, do the hard labor, they would go get jobs as like in like a textile industry, and they would just like sort things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they would be free men or free women, and their children would be freed along with them.
Mm-hmm.
This was slavery prior to America, because American slavery is a fucking travesty.
Yeah,
and this is the kind of slavery that like I don't think it's okay.
It's all travesty.
But indentured servitude, I'm okay with indentured servitude
Yeah.
because if you sell yourself into slavery, that's your choice.
Exactly.
And as long as there's a contract that says,
it's not,
I will be your slave for 5 years, and then the 5-year bargain's done, and you're now a free man, I think that should be fine.
Yeah. It's not literally someone walks up to you, bashes you on the head, and you wake up and you're
in
a bar.
You're on a boat floating to America. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. But, you know, they would at least give them a pension or a retirement.
Yeah.
Which
it wasn't work until you die, and we're also going to breed you like
or like
cattle.
if you can't work anymore, you're like a horse will just shoot you in the head. Like,
Yeah,
this one broke his leg, fucking kill him and throw him under the railroad tracks.
There's a bit more compassion than that.
A little bit, yeah.
With other places. Not much.
Well, the thing is, back in the day before American slavery wasn't based on race.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was a slave.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you were white, you could be your cousin. You could have your cousin as a slave. If he lost all of his money, like in a gambling thing, you could make a deal with the courts. He wouldn't go to jail. He'd come work on your plantation for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, he would work with the other black people and the white people and the Mexican people and the native people, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Whatever race they were, it didn't matter.
Exactly.
Slavery wasn't American slavery is just absolutely disgusting.
Mm.
But prison slavery, I think, is worse because not only are you making them work for peanuts, you're also not letting them have the peanuts. You're saying, oh, you made $10 today, and it's all going to me.
And then on top of that...
And on top of that, you owe me $3,000.
Well, I was going to even say, on top of that, the environment that we're placing you in is completely inhumane.
Oh, yeah.
And we're doing it to save costs so then we can make more money.
Right.
And then hopefully, eventually, when you can't work anymore, one of the other prisoners will just fucking stab you so we don't have to house you that much.
Right. And then we'll keep you alive in the hospital just long enough to throw you back into the yard.
Yeah. And then also on top of that, some of them have deals with the state that they're working with, and if the prison isn't filled up to a certain capacity, they fine the state, and they get even more money.
Yeah.
And so it's this evolving bullshit.
And they lobby politicians to keep bullshit laws around that make people
you
go to
mean
prison.
like marijuana?
Oh, like marijuana, but also like stupid tax laws, or
Mm-hmm.
like parking laws, or speeding laws. You know,
Yeah,
there are some laws where if you speed more than 7 miles an hour, you go to jail.
Oh, shit.
You don't get to pay a fine. You go to jail for like 4 months.
I've literally went 90 miles per hour on the road.
Don't say that. Allegedly. But you know, it's really sick and disgusting.
It's really awful.
And I think that's an issue that they're not bringing up. And I feel like if we bring up the immigration argument, that'll bring up the private system argument, because there's a lot of illegal immigrants in prison right now.
Oh, yeah.
And if we can address what's going on in our prison system, I feel like we can address what's going on with our bullshit laws, which will help us deal with, you know, this modern day slavery.
This is all like positive thinking, though. In reality, it's probably never going to happen.
You know, but the thing is, if more people become aware of it, and more people vote appropriately, and more people become involved, and more people responsibly become involved, don't go around reading Tumblr and deciding, Tumblr knows everything. It's like, no. Actually go to look at the real statistics, the real science, the real political reasoning. Go look at it logically. Don't look at it just as, oh, this person says this. Like, go be responsible. And if you don't want to be responsible, at least don't vote. You know, don't flip a coin. Don't fucking... Don't go around and be like, well, I want the first woman president. I'm not sexist. Like, no. If you don't know who to vote for, or if you don't think you should vote, don't. Don't do it.
That was the most annoying thing. People were like, well... He's kind of funny because he makes people mad, so I'm going to vote for Trump. And it's like, you don't have an informed opinion.
Yeah.
Or the opposite.
Or the opposite, they're like, well, she's a girl, and I want to see a girl president. It's like, okay, I want my first girl president to be a proper president that actually cares.
I just want a good president. I don't give a shit if you're a girl or
Well, that's the thing. Oh, man, I was having
like
Obama,
to me, was a good president, so I would have voted for him.
He made the war worse, and that's why I didn't like him.
Yeah.
I mean, he promised a lot of really cool shit, and then just, like... He also
he
signed the
Patriot
Act, and he also... He made gay marriage legal, which I liked, but... Yeah. That's about the only thing that I can say good about him.
And you can never guarantee what the president's actually going to do. We literally...
I just hate that you can't criticize him.
Yeah.
If you criticize Obama, you're racist. And it's like, no, I'm not a racist. I just think he should have done a better job.
Yeah. That's the opinion we have for every president, though. I don't think there's a single president where, like, that's a good president.
I don't know, man. LBJ was pretty good. Or not LBJ. FDR. Sorry. I always get the initial people confused. Kennedy was a really good president, and that's why they killed him. Because he was changing too much shit. And the mob decided, you know what? You're making it hard for us. And they shot him in the fucking head.
Yeah.
You know, I think...
He should have sat down.
JFK was pretty good. FDR got us through World War II, man. That's a hard fucking job.
Yeah.
Like, he did a pretty good job, I'd say. I think George Washington...
But you see...
George Washington...
No matter what, they could have done better. There's always...
No, I'm not saying they could have done better. I'm saying they did a good job comparatively.
Yeah. But that's what I was trying to say is, like... It's always that conversation.
I mean, if Kennedy hadn't been shot, he would have done great. That's what really ended his career.
You don't know. Maybe he fucked up somewhere and made everything horrible.
Maybe he was embezzling money and trying to give it to Marilyn Monroe because she was sucking his dick. I don't know. Who knows? Well, anyway, on that, I gotta get to work, and I'm sure Ezra.
I have to steal literally everything in this house.
Yep. So, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Tetris Talks. We're gonna have more episodes coming out soon. Catch us on, I don't know, wherever the fuck this is going to be found. Podbean, probably. iTunes, maybe, if we can get it. Definitely Google Play. Applejacks, whatever. I don't know what that is, but...
It's nothing.
Okay, cool. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Have a great day. And remember, stay informed, stay frosty, and stay sexy.